recording on Facebook, and then we got YouTube. Welcome. It's J Troop with Trooper Lifestyle Records. We got a special guest, Syx Synce. We're over here at Doris Miller, East Austin. Say what up to him, man.
What up, man? How y'all doing, man? It's your boy, Austin Miller. We got so many cameras around, I don't even know where to look. Where you want me to look, Troop? You know?
Right here is cool.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to Facebook for now,
For sure.
What up, man? It's your boy Syx Synce. Yeah, it's your boy Syx Synce, you know what I'm saying? Up in the studio with my partner J Troop. Yeah, man, we just gonna talk to y'all a little bit, let you know what we got going on, man. If you haven't already known, and this will get, talked about, I'm sure, in this interview, but, me and Troop have done several projects together thus far, man. Met right here in the studio a few months back, and since then, man, we'll be rocking and rolling. So happy to have him in here, man. Appreciate the opportunity coming in and checking me out, bro.
Always.
Yeah.
So back in June, right, I rented out Doris Miller. Most of you guys came. Y'all know how it went. And I actually just found out, I knew that they were building a studio in here, but when I came and actually booked the show, the studio was done. So when I came in here, I was impressed. It almost made me tear up at how good it looks. And then I was like, I met Syx, and then he was in here running it. He's the head director of the entire studio. Yeah. And they have a SoundCloud channel and everything. We're gonna give you guys all the information. But at that moment, we connected really well. And then as the days went on, I had asked him if he played drums, and then he was like, well, I teach drums, I play guitar, but yeah, I know how to play drums. And then I invited him to play with me on my shows, and then he accepted it. Everything's been going well. We had first one that we did together was in Round Rock at the Round Rock Amphitheater, and then we did the Christmas show that just happened over in Manor in the Mansion Party.
Oh, it was sweet.
It was a really good one. So hey, tell them a little bit about yourself, man, like how you got started out in the whole music industry.
Oh man, wow. It sounds so cliche, man. Most people look at you like, you too young to be rapping that long. I've been rapping for a long time, man. I'm in my 30s. I will give you the exact number, Troop. I will give you the exact number. They don't even know. But I'm in my 30s, man. Young 30s still, young 30s. Yeah. But I've been rapping, man, since probably literally when I was like 6 years old over in Okinawa, Japan. I don't know if the Facebook people have seen my little breakdance videos I've been putting out, but I actually started off as a b-boy over there in Japan. The culture was huge there. And then from that kind of filtered off. Obviously, b-boy and having core elements of hip-hop. Naturally, I gravitated towards that. And Crisscross was my guys too, jump.
Okay, yeah.
I used to wear my pants backwards and all that too. I thought I was like them cats, man. So they were my big influence, man. And I thought their rhymes were simple enough that I could recite them quickly. And my thought process was, if I could recite these lyrics, I might be able to write some lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So, we got phones ringing.
We good.
Excuse me, how unprofessional. You know what I'm saying? But it started with that, and I was one of them English nerds, man. I didn't do, math and all that stuff, but I was very, very, very big into English, so I would get poetry assignments, and I'd go home and run with it, you know what I mean? Be like, yo, hey.
Most definitely.
Trying to write rhymes out of the dictionary and whatnot, but actually, when I was 12 years old, I was in 6th grade, getting ready to transition into middle school, still in Japan, and I got asked to do this assignment. And I was like, I don't want to do this assignment, yo. It was like a long Oregon Trail journey assignment. I was like, I don't want to do it. She was like, yo, in order to graduate and move into middle school, you have to do it. It's a requirement. Yeah. And I was like, yo, what can we work out, Miss Clark? I was on a hockey team. Her son was on my hockey team. I was like, Miss Clark, you want your son to score more goals or something? What you want? Let's work something out. I ain't trying to do it. She's like, I'll tell you what. I like your English writing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you can do something that involves your whole class and do like a farewell play for the school as a transition out into middle school, then I'll count that as your final project and you can graduate with that. So I was like, so I put all my energy into making this song and getting the break dancers and the whole nine, and it ended up being huge and actually got televised.
Yeah.
And again, this is when I was 12, man, back in the damn 90s. Oh my God. But from then on, man, it's been my thing. I felt that energy, man, seeing, 1,000 people in front of me at 12 years old cheering. I was like, yeah, I'm hooked, And
then it happened just like that, man.
Yeah.
And it's amazing because you work with the youth right now. Mm-hmm. And Notes for Notes, it's owned by the city of Austin. They're really geared towards developing youth for artists and bringing them up. You guys got, how many programs do you guys have for the kids right now currently? And then you also have like other artists coming in, working with like you just mentioned one to me earlier. What was his name? It was the drummer.
Oh, Abu Salah.
Yeah.
Abu Salah. Yes, he's a West African, world-renowned hand percussionist. He plays the djembe.
Yeah.
He's sweet. All right, so I'm gonna just switch, man. We'll switch them around, but I feel y'all need to be looking at the side of my face if we over here too. You know what I mean? I'll kind of move around. But yeah, Abu Salah. He's brilliant. They reached out. He's with a program called Drum the Program, really focused on African, West African culture, the whole appeal, everything from the fashion to the singing to the dancing to the actual music. So we're doing workshops here, man. So really, the programs are the beautiful thing about this studio is we're not curriculum based. We do a lot of what the youth want to do. Of course, I have a lot of ideas that I'm able now that I have a platform to get those things executed. But a lot of stuff day to day, man. Sometimes I don't know what's going on. I show up here like today. I knew you were coming today, and I knew my high school group was coming today, but I didn't know that it was going to turn out to be what it was. And I think you had missed it when you came and everybody was gone. But it ended up being a jam. You know what I'm saying? A real good jam. So it's literally up in the air for a lot of the days. It's just kind of like, yo, I work with what's in front of me, man. Somebody's in. Hey, I got a song. Let's get it cracking. You know what I mean? Hey, I want to rock this drum beat. You know what I mean? Grab the guitar. Let's make a track. Let's do it.
Exactly.
You know, but when time is pressing, you know, a lot of the stuff that we want to do, man, I look at this space, and I don't know if y'all seen the whole studio, but I mean, we have everything in here, cameras included, that we can function like a record label. So with me being in the position that I'm in, that's what my focus is to really give these youth access to feel like they're a part of the industry and to make this a feasible dream and aspiration for them, to just really bring it to them. And again, everything that we do here is free, from the music videos to the recordings to the original productions, beats. It's all free. Training, we have different people to come in and work with some of our young girls on stage, point, walking. I mean, everything literally departmentalized like a record label. So that's how we rock.
I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it.
Appreciate it.
So, kids of all ages, if you've seen this man on YouTube, right? You got Itsy Bitsy Spider, right? Name some other ones that you got.
Baba Black Sheep.
Baba Black Sheep.
The Big Pumpkin audio book, which actually Erica Silverman, she's a world famous children's book author.
Yeah.
And we actually just did it. It was about 12 of my youth got on there, read her script, did their own sound effects. I put some music behind it. We just sent it to her, just, you know, shot in the dark. Yeah, just like, hey.
Beats.
Yeah.
All this equipment here, create the beats. Get the youth in here, get them behind the mic. They sing the songs. This man's a master on the board, and he does it all original. He has a notes for notes SoundCloud that we're gonna be giving you guys, and all the tracks that you can get on there, they're all original. Covers of mostly like children's songs, but all the beats this man made himself. And then I'm gonna make sure y'all hear it.
I'm gonna had to see that. I saw my man Terrell up there. What's up, man? How you doing? And I see you, Solar. You might be in a demographic too to make a music video. Come on with it.
Oh yeah. Solar, he's actually on his way right now to we're recording a song tonight, one of his songs, yeah.
Well, that's what's up, man. Shoot me the link when it's done, man. We'll talk about some video. We got multiple cameras, man.
We also have another one. I made this beat on YouTube. It's called Hero vs. Villain beat. It has like a little harp loop that we created, and a nice little drum pattern that kind of starts off like bright, and then it has this like deranged turn for the worse, where it's like some piano stabs, and then a heavy bass drop, and that's like the villain part that comes on. So me and Solar collabing on that. It's gonna be nice. I'll make sure I send that to y'all. Make sure I give it to everyone. SoundCloud, hell, even Spotify and iTunes and all that. We'll make sure we release it and get it pushed out there as far as possible.
Dope.
But yeah.
Let me know, man. Cool.
So y'all definitely gonna want to check out Syx. All right. So you said when you were about 12 years old, you were in Japan. Were your family was military?
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of them, yeah.
Yeah.
But
well, no, because that raised you up as well, and then you later on enlisted into the military as well. And you guys already know that I'm still currently in the Army. I'm a paratrooper.
Support troops, man.
And if you guys are familiar with the logo, this is what inspired the Trooper Lifestyle logo.
Which is, you know what?
Yeah.
That's so funny. Like, as you're talking about that, have you seen my logo, the TOP logo, right?
Yeah.
You know, it makes it modeled after the official party. So you see the military never leaves you, man. You know what I mean? Even when you become a civilian, grow the beard, got the dreads, my company still was a reflection on the military, man. I don't know how they got me. They do brainwash you from basic, man. Support the troops.
Most definitely. And it teaches you a lot. It teaches you a lot when it comes to business. It teaches you a lot when it comes to values and just about every aspect of life. You can gain a lot out of military. The knowledge you gain, the experience you gain, the people you meet all over the world. I was just in Romania. We hit Romania, Hungary, and Ireland on the way back, and it was nice. We met some Italians that don't even speak English, but I showed them J Troop music, and then they like the music. They don't know what it's saying, but they like the music, and now they're listening to it. And now I got people playing it in Italy now.
Absolutely, so, bro. Universal, man. That's the power of it, man. That's the power of it. Yeah.
So how would you say that the military has helped you in the world of music? Because you even rapped in Korea once. I saw one of your videos where you on stage rapping in Korea. Yeah,
I was in Korea, man. I was fortunate enough to rap when I was in Iraq. That was like the big stepping stone, man. I moved. I was young when I went in. I moved. I got in the military when I was 19. And at that time, I was kind of like, you know, maybe I need to focus on this. My parents kind of created a strong legacy. They both did 20 plus years in the Marine Corps, so I was like, I need to kind of represent the family. So for a small second, I was like, all right, I'm gonna be a Ranger, Special Forces, Airborne, hoorah, all that good jazz. You know what I mean? But the music again. Look at him, the boy sharp. Yes, I wanted one of them berets so bad, bro. I saw the black beret, I see the maroon ones, the green ones, because I was at Fort Benning.
We still rocking it, man.
Yeah, I see them cats and be like, I need to have that. But I mean, the music just it was too strong, man. It was too strong of a calling, and I just couldn't shake it. So I just had to find a way, man. And then shortly after I enlisted in the military, and got my first duty assignment to Hawaii, of all places. We got deployed shortly after that, and then when I got deployed, they were like, "You're gonna have a lot of downtime." A lot of my guys were bringing out guitars and stuff, so I was like, "Okay, so maybe you could still do a little music." Okay, and at that time, you know, when you get military money, you know, you got a little bit of extra coin to buy you a little setup. So I had my little chew out there, and I set my studio up.
I would do the same thing.
Yeah, bruh, it was crazy, and there's not a lot to do when they force you. You know, when you out there, we were there for 15 months. So, you know, my chain of command was like, yo, R&R is major. You know, you get your 2 weeks where you go back to stateside. But also, they're like, while you here, you need to engage in MWR. You got MWR around? Still, the Marine Welfare Recreation?
I want to say it's still around.
Okay.
With what we do, National Guard.
Yeah.
We're not even in uniform enough to, you know, because we're always at home, so.
Yeah.
But me, I work full time on uniform, but you know, a little bit different on the active duty side.
Okay. So yeah, MWR, man, it's just basically like a company. It's like a rec company, you know what I'm saying, where they provide different activities. But anyway, they will give you different options, like, yo, you got to do salsa dance, you got to do volleyball, you got to do swim stuff, excuse me. Whatever, you know what I mean? And it was also like a karaoke event. And at that karaoke, I was like, hey, you mind if I do an original joint? And this is in Iraq. And so they were like, an original? What is you going to do? You know, I was in the aviation unit, so I had them all, you know, tight. You know what I mean? But they were like, yeah, you know, go for it. And, you know, just keep it, you know, recognize where we at. And I was like, no, don't even worry, man. I did it. Chain of command, I mean, the whole standing ovation, and the people that I saw jump up the fastest was my first sergeant, command sergeant major, you know what I'm saying, Colonel, Major Gordon, who was also a Special Forces Ranger dude. So I'm like, and this is a white guy, you know what I mean, he stood up, brilliant, I was like, oh! And then from then on, man, it was like, yo, they just literally reached out to me and was like, hey, can you do some like morale kind of boost and stuff? A lot of our soldiers, first time on deployment, they kind of out of that.
Trying to adjust, you know.
Yeah, so they were like, yo, just hook us up with a couple little morale joints, you know what I mean? Get the spirit high. And I did that, man, and that led on to them being like, yo, they start having generals come out to our 5. We were in Tikrit, which is Saddam Hussein's birthplace, if y'all ain't know, but that's where I was at. And they'd be like, yo, yeah, we got General such and such coming out here, man. Hey, you know, put on a little show, you know. We had a little stage set up there. Y'all can check the video. Just type in Syx, SYX, and then Iraq. You'll see it, man. We had the stage set out there, and I would just do stuff with a live band, and that became my thing, man. And from there, that kind of launched me, because I had gotten a track submitted called Overseas to the first military record label ever. It's called To The Fallen Records, and that was sold in every AFES in the world. It was nuts. You can go still get that, man. That was like 9-10 years ago, but it's still on iTunes and Amazon and everywhere else. But I had a track on there, and it got huge press. They start playing the songs at WrestleMania events, you know what I mean, WWE events, and all kinds of stuff.
So that's real big right there.
From there, man, the name got out, and then it was kind of like, you know, position myself to make it happen. Again, I was smart with my money, you know what I mean? It was invested in equipment, invest in yourself, invest in yourself. If you want to do this music, man, you rely on people to record you and do all that stuff. Not knocking the people that run businesses and all that, but just speaking from an artist who's gone through it, learn how to work with your stuff. Certainly take it to another studio or somebody that's better at it than you, but don't use that as an excuse to not develop your own craft and be able to do things for yourself in this industry, for sure.
I tell people all the time, don't delegate a job that you don't know how to do yourself. So there's a book that I read called Audio Engineering 101, and it's a textbook we use in audio and it was Audio 1. I took an ACC, and I got hip hop production too coming along. So always continue to learn. But this book will teach you just about every fundamental you need to know about recording music in the studio, whether it's an equalizer, a compressor, regardless of what DAW you're using, Pro Tools, Ableton, or even Cubase, which what I use. A compressor is a compressor in just about all of them. So whenever you take your music to another studio, make sure that you at least, are very observant of what's going on, because you may take it to someone and they don't really know what they're doing, and you wouldn't even know that because you don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
So even if you're not even going to become an engineer, at least know how a studio works.
Yeah. Make sure that producer ain't in there charging you by the hour, pushing the same button, telling you he's EQing, and you like, yeah, you're EQing, cool. Yeah. It don't take that long to equalize some stuff, man. Just know your basics, man. Know your basics.
Exactly.
Because people will do it, man. I'm telling you, there's people that will sit there and be like, yeah, I'm gonna charge you by the hour. It's gonna be probably like 2-3 hours worth of mixing, 40-50 an hour. That's $150 just for the mix. I'll get it to you some other time, man. They could probably have that mix done while they're recording. See, I mix as I'm recording, so my final stages. Hold on, this joint stop. We're back on. But so my final stages, it don't take me that long. So people like, yo, how you mix that fast? I'm like, cause I was doing it as we were working, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So watch out for that, because then there be some people like, yeah, I ain't touched nothing yet, and your track be done, you know what I'm saying? I don't do that, but,
So if you got to at least know how to check over the work. Always continue to learn. I find a lot of strength in mentors, and I look up to Syx as a big mentor that I have. Another mentor, my hip-hop production teacher, Ray Sr. I always shout out love to everyone who's helped me get to where I am now, including my DJs who... you remember Ryan Foley and Clay Dunnigan?
Yeah, Greasy Drops.
Greasy Drops.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to the homie Ryan. Matter of fact, too, man. Ryan, you dropped some love on the video I posted, I think. I appreciate you for that, brother. That was awesome.
Yeah. And when I was just starting, I think I was still like either 19 or 20 years old. I started when I was 19. I had just created jtroop.com, and my teacher was like, Troop, I may have a show for you. It's one of my students. And so I was like, okay, cool, yeah, send me the information. And he gave my information to these guys. They went to jtroop.com, filled out the little submission form. I got the email, and then it was this long, detailed, professional email that I got, and I was like, dude, I'm on board with it. And then ever since then, man, we done rocked out 4 shows. As a matter of fact, it was this one time I opened up for an artist over at Scratch House, and they was telling me that they had a house DJ. So I was like, okay, well then I'm good, because I mixed my tracks down anyway, because I didn't have a DJ at the time. So me being an engineer, I would just get all my songs on the one track and then just mix it down. And then, that's exactly what I would play live. And just hit play, and I'm going to have like 5 songs jammed into like 12 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he was like, in order for me to even press play, I got to charge you. And I was like, dog, that ain't even right.
Yeah, man. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Why do you have to charge? Why? You know what I'm saying?
Just to press play.
Just to press play. Man, come on, man.
So I was like, okay, I post on Facebook. I was like, yo, I need a DJ like right now. And then Ryan hit me up like, yo, I'll come DJ for you. And he showed up within like the next 20 minutes with his board and everything, man. Yeah. And I was like, bro, you don't get this love everywhere. Yeah. Like, for real. Like, I have a lot of support. And I always like to show my gratitude to everyone who's helped me get to this point. Like, I cannot express enough how grateful I am.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You got a strong team too. Like I said, man, I don't know for my network of people that have been rocking with me over the years. There's a lot of people trying to get their hands in the mix. You got to filter it out because a lot of people waste your time, and it's honest. There's no hard feelings, no disrespect, but it's like, you got to rock with the people it's mutually beneficial. Sure, you help when you can, but when you're dealing with a busy schedule yourself, and then you got people that's you got to be able to sift through that and see who's really about it. And this guy, from the minute I met him, I was like, I respect the hustle. You know what I'm saying? I respect his year. What you like, 22, 23?
23 in November. I'll turn 23 in November. So, yeah, 23 right now.
23, you know what I'm saying? This guy is moving. I mean, you go to his shows, man. He got 6 foot doggone pictures of himself and his crew that he hangs up, man. Booking venue. You know what I'm saying? We did like you said, the mansion party. Yeah. Did the Round Rock Amphitheater. You know what I'm saying?
We're going to hit that one again, too.
Yeah, the Doris Miller joint out here, man. I don't know if y'all know, the stage is right outside the studio, but everybody from Jackie Wilson to Etta James, Ike and Tina Turner, Billie Holiday, all these artists that were back in the 40s, 50s, this was the first stage that allowed black artists to perform. So the fact that he had this place and packed it out, you know what I mean, that speaks volumes. And those are the kind of people where I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Making wise investments, doing things strategically, not just out there just, saturating the industry. We already know everybody that's in the music, even people that aren't in the music. You go on Facebook, I bet you right now, in 10 seconds, you're going to get tagged by somebody's music post. You know what I'm saying? That's how saturated it is, you know what I mean? But with that being said, you have a very, very few, an elite group of people that make power moves, and he is certainly one of them. So big ups to you for that, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
I gotta shake hand on that. Yeah. And unity means everything, man. The music industry, always, for one, staying humble, and before you know it, you'll catch yourself hanging with people in high places, and it pays off whenever you do get around these people. You have a great attitude, and everyone who is all around you feels that energy, and you're always a pleasure and a joy to be around. You know what I'm saying? So for the young kids growing up right now, because we have you have a massive group of kids that you work with, and my nieces and my nephew, they watch the YouTube channel all the time, and like they think I'm like some kind of like big superstar or whatever. They're like 7, 8 years old, man. Yeah. And so you got kids that are like 13, ranging all the way up to like 18 years old, who are in this thing, started way younger than myself. I was 19 when I got started. My homie Matt took me to go buy my first mic from Guitar Center. But these kids are getting to jump on the game at a much younger age. So what would you tell to these kids right now who aren't already currently working with you, who might not even watch this video, but someone who is watching could even relay the message? What would you give to the kids growing up today? What piece of information do you wish that you would have known then that you know now? First of all, capitalize on your resources. Like I said, this is built for youth to have free access to high-end stuff. I don't know if y'all can see the stuff that we working with, but these guitars, we looking at... Since Facebook's mobile, you can move. Let's move this joint around, man. So if y'all can kind of just see, we're working with high-end stuff, you know what I mean? Like, it's legit, we got synthesizers out here that kids 5 and 6 years old are playing with. It costs $400 or $500, you know what I mean? So, so when people are over here and they're like, I don't have the resources, or I don't have the, you want to set this up, man? It's good. There, it's good. That's how we had it? All right. Yeah. But yeah, for the kids that make the excuses, and it makes my job easy, because I'm like, if you're going to give me the excuses about why you can't, the only thing that we ask here is that you keep your stuff radio ready, and that's because we do have a big network. We have a ton of people on our advisory board, and we can do stuff with you. You know what I mean? I'm already right now. I made a joke about the other day that some of my kids are getting paychecks that have Trump. What I got paid at shows, rocking with a full band. You know what I mean? These are 13, 14-year-old kids, don't even have bank accounts yet. So we're doing real stuff. It's not like a rec activity like, you want to go rock climbing, you want to go swim in the pool for a little bit, shoot some hoops, or go hang out in the studio. Like, it's not. Nah, this is a business, but it's free for y'all,
but the opportunity for you to get to an actual professional level status in your career is very, very realistic, and it's already happening with a lot of our youth. So my thing would be, if you're anywhere remotely close and you have a desire to do it, there's no burden, no pressure for you to come in here and just try it out. We got guitars, multiple drum sets, mics of all kind, anything, cameras if you want to get into photography, video making, all of that stuff. So if you're not utilizing it, then it's on you, and I can't help you at that point, because I mean it's here. And it's here for you all, you know what I mean? There's not a whole bunch of grown artists walking in here doing their thing. It's for the kids. So my thing is, if you sung in the shower and was like, dang, I just wonder. If you had even that thought, come here, man. Come here and just give it a shot, you know, because the worst thing is going to happen is you're going to come in here, you're going to try it out. You either going to find out that you love it and you want to continue to develop it, or you're going to find out it's not for you. But at any rate, it costs you nothing. You know what I'm saying? It can only benefit you if you so desire to take it there. So that would be my biggest piece of advice for people local here. And also, notes for notes, we have 20 of these studios in the nation. LA, multiple studios. Nashville, Chicago now. Chance the Rapper will be on that. So all these different areas. DC, Atlanta, any major city, you name it. So these studios all operate the same across the nation. So if you're watching this video and you're in any of these big cities, look up notesfornotes.org and find out the closest Notes for Notes studio to you and utilize it, man, because our motto is producing tomorrow's musicians, and that's exactly what we're doing for free. So
you ain't get no better than that right there. All right. That's definitely a powerful message. And to the young kids coming up, just keep in mind that you're living for you, right? You have opportunities going to come and go every day. And you may not even really see every opportunity that comes your way. Naturally, we miss like 90% of everything that's happening like right in front of us. All right. But it's a great opportunity to work with professionals and to work in a professional environment. And you got the passion to do it. You got the drive. Like you said, it costs you nothing. So never have the fear either of, you know, failure. Actually, I would suggest you seek failure as much as possible, because if you fail 10 times and become successful one, that's better than failing one time and becoming successful none.
You know how much, who's the, what's his name? Thomas Edison. You know how many times he failed?
Inventing the light bulb.
1,000.
Exactly, yeah.
1,000, bro.
Yeah.
Before he made the light. You know what I'm saying? 1,000 failures. I mean, I failed 2 or 3 times over here, like, I quit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but don't, you know, what he's saying is absolutely true. You know what I mean? Don't be scared to get some bumps and bruises trying to chase what you believe in, man, what you're passionate about, because, you know, Michael Jordan, look at him. People still comparing him, greatest man that ever played basketball. You know, he got cut from high school basketball. You know, he didn't make the team. But look at him, you know what I'm saying? So, do it. And here, from one, I'm the programmer. I don't tolerate no nonsense. You know what I mean? What I mean by that is, you're not going to come in here, you're not going to be dissing the next artist. Somebody go over there, their bar's a little weak or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You ain't going to be over here clowning, because then I'm going to say, you know what I mean, where your work at? You know what I mean? What are you doing? You know, who are you to come in here and diss what's going on in this studio? Because we're all a family here. We're all trying to build. And if you got that mentality that you better than somebody, then I gotta ask you to step out. You know what I mean? So we know what our problems here. Totally curated. You know what I'm saying? We keep everything cool and copacetic for the parents that's watching, wondering if it's a safe environment for your children. Certainly is. Everything is monitored. Got the big screen. I can watch the studio from here, from any room. So it's totally good, man. I can't stress it enough. We operate, we live and breathe for the youth. That's why we're here. That's why we're able to be sustainable and make this a free service for y'all. So again, any desire in the entertainment world, I'm stretching it that far. You know, it's built, it's a music studio, but with me being here, with people like Troop to come in here and assist, you know, just a good community vibe. Anything that you want to do in the entertainment, you could at least find the resource or the connection right here. So use it
right there, Sean. So we're gonna attach links all in the description. If you're on Facebook, all I can really give you was just the description, you know, of course, of what the video is, and it's just J Troop X6, you know. And for you guys on YouTube, if you just click the little description link, I'm gonna attach the Notes for Notes SoundCloud. I'm going to attach Syx's YouTube channel so you can check out his work that he's done. He has work that dates back all the way from when he started, man, from all his bands to all the countries that he's visited. and all the work that he's done, and you can gain a lot from just listening to him, talking to him, and you can definitely tell he's getting the admiration and things like that. You can't fake, you just can't. So it's genuine. I'm loving it. Every day that we're doing this, it's always getting better and better. And then you guys coming up, always remember the rule of 33. Spend 33% of your time with people on a greater level than you. 33% of your time on a. Let's find this real quick. All right, we back on right there. 33% of your time you want to spend with people on a greater level. 33% of your time with people out to your left and right, your peers, and then 33% of your time with people beneath you to bring them up on another level. Because one day you will be a mentor, right? Because you'll be a mentor.
I'm writing it down. 33%. Y'all heard that? I like that.
Straight up. And everyone that you'll run into is gonna know something that you don't, right? And you want to pull that knowledge from them and gain from them, and then they also are gonna gain something from you. Always leave someone better than what you found them, right? Don't tear anybody down. Bring them up in the music industry. I've worked with a couple people who unfortunately looked at me more as a dollar sign versus actually trying to build an actual relationship. And the next time he actually tried to get me to work with him, I was like, nah, I got my own things going on now. And that's when I actually realized that when you create your own world,
you control things, you know what I'm saying?
You really do. You create your own world.
There's so many things that you were at the mercy of life, man, society, when you conform to the big picture, you know, and that's to each his own. But, as you said, you create your own world. You got your own lane for one. Things like competition, competing. I was a hungry dude. I started as a battle rapper, you know, after I got into 8 Mile and all that stuff, came out, tried to eat people's heads off with the rhymes, you know what I mean? Very, very crab in a bucket mentality, but as you get older, you start to realize, man, how much there's out there and how much you can get exposed to just by continuing, like I said, continuing to educate yourself, continuing to learn. You realize you can create, manifest your own world, your own destinies, and that way your control, the amount of things you can control is much larger, and then ultimately results in a much more peaceful way of living. You know what I mean? You get to filter out a lot of the nonsense. So very, very good advice, man.
And with even all that coming, you're gonna find new challenges, and these challenges are gonna be the time when you find yourself growing. I swear, you're gonna run into problems that you may not even have to worry about before because somebody else was handling it, but now you're the man in the spot who is, you know, running these events or running the studio, taking charge of your own destiny, and then you're faced with problems that now you have to come up with solutions for, and then that helps you grow as an artist. It's going to help you grow as a person, and then you'll be able to spread that to everyone you work with, including family and relatives, and just overall well-being of everyone that you communicate with. So I really appreciate y'all tuning in on Facebook Live, YouTube. I really do appreciate you guys. Alright, from Trooper Lifestyle to y'all, I hope that we were able to give you guys a tremendous amount of value. I'm happy Syx was able to come and do this with us today.
Yeah, indeed, man. Appreciate you hitting me up on this, man. It's awesome. I love what you got going on, brother.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
We're going to leave links to everything, so check out his music. I'm going to leave links to all my music as well. To Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, and if you on Facebook right now, go to YouTube and YouTube Trooper Lifestyle TV, and subscribe to the channels. We're gonna put it all in there, all right? But until next time, we're gonna leave you with that official Trooper out. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Facebook, peace.